there is a seasonality to life. I'll say that. Like one of the books that I've read recently really touched me was "Let Your Life Speak" by Parker Palmer, and he ended the book talking about that. Like because the book's about what let your life speak, meaning like outside of the mundane, the work, those types of things that you have to do, if you let your inner life speak and take control, whatever, that goes beyond occupation. That now becomes your vocation. That becomes your calling, whatever
Mm.
you would call it. And so that's what the book's about. But at the end, he talked about how like there's even in your whole life, your own life in general, there's a seasonality to it. And so you experience these different periods of life where there he talked about his own depression. He went through periods of depression, periods of regrowth, periods of, and then he kind of goes back into certain seasons. And so Minnesota has that. It reminds us of that a lot.
Hmm.
A lot of Minnesotans will complain about, yeah, when it gets cold, it gets snowy, and you're stuck on like 40 minutes of traffic because of it and stuff like that. Like I hate that, but
Mm.
at least there's something about the psychology of seasonality giving you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's something to there's something that kind of gives you that reminder of there's this period that's passing on and reflect and then looking forward to this that's coming up,
Yeah.
whether it's activity and stuff. And
It helps you move through the year as it goes with all the different anniversaries, the holidays, the birthdays, and everything. It really helps you go into that next transition of whatever in Minnesota. So that's cool.
when you think of memories, good times you've had in Minnesota, or at least when I reflect on them, the seasonality was a big part of it. If I think, oh, that was a great night with my friends 10 years ago. We went out to this restaurant, and there's a memory. I remember if it was us in our bundled winter clothes or not. There's a
Hmm.
seasonality that plays a part of even in those memories. There may be memories made when it was a summertime or a fall. So that distinctness, I wonder, like in California, you think about your memories, they were all sort of that same climate, no matter what. Like
Yeah.
that day we went to the beach, and that was really fun, but was it in May? Was it in December? Or like,
It's the same season.
right? Like, because there's associated with your fondest memories are associated with seasonality. And
Yeah.
it's enhanced when Christmas is one of the fondest memories, and it's enhanced by our winter. So,
Yeah, as we approach the back half of the year, obviously there's football, but then there's obviously all the holidays are coming up, the big holidays, with Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. But once that passes over, like the damn long Januaries and Februaries and March. I mean, for me, that's the most dreaded time of the year for me.
that's the long stretch, kind of like the long night there, because
Yeah.
there's no holiday or whatever to get
Yeah, there's
look forward
nothing.
to.
It's just 3 months of, gray, darkness, depression.
It's usually, I think, the more brutal part of our winters too, because sometimes the snow doesn't even hit the ground until mid-December, and then it starts coming nicely on for Christmas. But then the most brutal winters, or part of that, is in that thick of January, February, where it's just like
Yeah.
-14 out,
Yeah.
nobody's going outside, and that every day looks the same for a long time.
No color, just this gray
Yeah.
silhouette of just depression. That's it is. Just grayness, nothing. No yellow, no brightness, no greens, no nothing.
That's the best time though. That's when you focus on yourself and you do your whatever you want to do at that time. You can just in hiding, and then once that time comes, boom.
So that makes a lot of sense, but it seems like people don't do that actually. Like there's something with the psychology of people like to or people are more motivated and wanting to now improve things or do things when the sun is more present, when the season arrives. But you really should be doing it, maybe working on yourself and stuff in those cold, quiet months. But those cold, quiet months are usually times I reflect where it's hard to even do anything because you think that it's a great opportunity to now focus, but it's hard to really focus when you see barely any sunlight. You're caught up in mundane stuff,
Too
and
depressed.
it does. It has a factor on that. And I don't know why. Like you think, yeah, I should work out during this time and improve myself, but it's usually the hardest time too. At least for me, like it's the hardest time to be motivated. You know.
Yeah, but once it starts getting nice out, and and that starts to pass over, oh, it's the best feeling. That's what I love about spring. It's just like, oh, dang, grass is starting to grow again. People are mowing their lawn. I hear birds.
Is that a lawnmower? Is it a, wow.
You can kind of smell it in the air. Birds are chirping again. That's when you're like, oh, it's gonna be a nice long 8 months now of no snow.
And I love looking at the clock. And it's like 8 o'clock, and it's like, what? It's already 8 o'clock. The sun's still out. Like, I love that feeling too. And that's probably the only thing about the seasonality I don't like. There's climate you deal with, but it's the sunlight you get, and that's a big effect. And I understand it is a big effect on people's emotional stability, their motivation. The sun is a huge aspect of just like folks from all different time periods in life and how it triggers your circadian rhythm. If you don't think about it, because you could be a hermit or the basement ghoul and really live off all your needs without ever seeing the sun. You could actually live that life. And so you think that's possible. You neglect the effect that sun actually has. And so that's the part that always hits me with the season changes. It's really depressing when it's 4:30 and you're driving home or whatever, and it's like, man, it's already dark out,
None of this means anything to the basement ghoul. They don't even know what's going on outside. Is it sunny? What time of the year is it?
I need to go back to my games and everything.